Everybody, welcome back to the channel. The futures market is officially open, and right now they're a little bit red. All right, now we're going to talk about the top three stocks that y'all should be keeping in your watch list for tomorrow in this video. We're also going to address the overall market, and I'm going to be answering some of you guys' questions like we always do here on this channel. Now, before we begin, do not forget to annihilate the like button on your way in. And also don't forget to click on that subscribe button if you are new to the channel, right? So let's begin right off the bat. Again, futures market is open. And right now, things are not looking too great. They're really not. Something that y'all should be considering is a drop to this level at first, but the SPY itself is not what I'm looking at. The chart that I'm looking at specifically as the overall market is just a Nasdaq. It's an easier chart. Again, it's just an easier chart to explain. Now, for this one, I will give y'all a warning about the widening of the right shoulder. That right shoulder was a little bit too big right here, and there was a sell-off on Thursday and ultimately on Friday, as I told y'all in that video. Where could you expect the market to go? I told y'all that 13,000 is highly likely if the right shoulder gives out, and maybe even 12,500. I'm not changing my mind. I'm really not. So definitely watch the overall market for more sell-off to this level right here. All right, before we see some type of bounce. That's my thoughts on it. Now, for the first stock that y'all should be keeping in your watch list, that stock is AMD. And for those of y'all who are new to the channel or who have not subscribed, I talked about AMD before. For one simple reason, there was a bearish pennant on the chart, or more like a bear flag. Yeah, it was on the chart, and I started making videos about this one over here at around $95. I gave y'all a couple of warning because of the way the bigger picture was looking. All right, I told y'all to watch for a potential rejection off of 100. It didn't quite get to 100. It just took a sweet time consolidating, and then eventually gave out, which doesn't surprise me at all. It's getting deeper into the 80s. It just broke through 90, and right now it's at $88. I think it's going to drop some more, all the way down to 76, in the 70s, at least high 70s. Just like I told y'all in that video. I'm not changing my mind. Again, it was there before, and right now it's just going in that direction. So if you bought puts on it since I made that video, congrats. This is a hold if you're holding puts. Again, now the next stock that y'all should be keeping in your watch list for tomorrow, that stock is TTD. All right, now with TTD, the reason why I like this one a lot is because of this right here. If you look at this chart on, I think this was Friday. I'm pretty sure that was Friday, the 22nd. Yeah, if you look at this chart, there is a bearish pennant on there that broke down right at $62. And yeah, and the overall market is red. Therefore, definitely watch this one for a continuation to the downside to around, like, I think you can get to $52, at least to close that gap right here at, like, okay, this is $54. All right, it could just fill it and then potentially even go lower. I don't see any, like, this structure right here is very clean in my opinion, and I think it can go low, maybe even to $50, maybe below $50. Who knows? All right, but right now this is a dangerous structure to go long on. Let's look at the bigger picture. Let's look at the monthly. Yeah, the monthly looks terrible. Yeah. I'm bearish. I'm very bearish. The weekly also looks terrible. There's a bunch of shorts right here piling up right here. right there. So yeah, watch this thing for a drop. That's the second stock that y'all should be keeping in your watch list. Now the third stock that y'all should be keeping in your watch list, that one is none other than TSM. All right. And for those of y'all who watched last week's video on, I think it was Wednesday, TSM looks pretty good. It still looks great. I have no opposition with it whatsoever. If you change it to the 4 hour, the structure is still there. It's still very clean. I'm still holding my puts on TSM that I got at like $100 each, right at that breakdown, at that close. I think it was Wednesday. No, this was Thursday. Yeah, this is Thursday. So right at the close, I'm still holding them. I sold some for a little bit of profit, but I'm still holding the rest because I still think that it can drop all the way down to $93 on Monday. Now, will there be a little bounce between Monday and Tuesday? Maybe. Maybe. All right. And could it go lower during the rest of the week, maybe to like $90? I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised. But definitely watch this one for a first drop to 93, just like I've mentioned last week. All right, so that's the top 3 stocks that y'all should be keeping in your watch list. It's very bearish video, I know, but this is what the charts are telling me we should go. Therefore, we go bearish. Now, the first stock that somebody asked about, someone asked me to look at Walmart. Let's check out Walmart real quick. A retail company, all right? Walmart had a solid run. Walmart had a bull flag on the chart, which propelled the stock all the way up to $161. As you can see, the flag was clean, right? It broke out, bounced, and then ran all the way through, all the way up to the stop. And right now, it's just tired. It's really tired. The overall market is bearish. I think it's going to collapse. Yeah. Watch this one for a drop. If you're looking to day trade this one, again, when I say watch things for a drop, I mean watch it for a drop and take and potentially take advantage of the move with put options. Okay, because we traded options here. For those of you who don't know that yet, that's what I mean. So I'm very bearish on Walmart, especially after giving a ascending triangle on the chart which looked decent, but it just ran out of steam, and it's just not supposed to do that. So there's gonna be some panic on Walmart. I think it's gonna drop to 150. I think. All right. So that's my honest thoughts on Walmart. The next one that we're going to look at Snap. There you go. All right. Now Snapchat had earnings, and it survived earnings. The contracts were a little bit overpriced, so everybody pretty much got crushed. If you bought puts on there before earnings, you got crushed. If you bought calls on there before earnings, you got annihilated. Nobody won because the stock went nowhere. All right. Now, I wasn't surprised that it didn't go anywhere. It was either it was gonna drop a lot, like really low, or was going to go nowhere. So right now it's just slowly taking its time, right? The floor broke. It's still bearish. Therefore, I think it's just gonna like trickle all the way down here to around like $25 even. It's not looking strong at all. It's really not. So I hope that answers your question for the person who asked about it. Now the last one that we're going to talk about is BYND. All right. And then this one is just a downtrend. The volume is really low. Are the contracts even worth it? The contracts are, yeah, I guess they're worth it. Yeah, they're cheap. They're cheap relative to the price of the stock. They're fine. They're not overpriced. Like if the at the money contracts on the YOLO calls or puts was like $500, I would be like, it's not really worth it. But since it's at a reasonable price, it might be worth it. So, where is it gonna go? Let's see. Let's see over here. Monthly. Not good. Very bearish. So definitely watch this one for a drop. Again, this video is very, very, very bearish. Not intentional. It's just the way the market is looking at the moment. So that's my honest thoughts on all of these stocks. And that is the end of the video. Again, do not forget to annihilate the like button for the YouTube algorithm. As always, helps the channel a lot and allows more people to get this knowledge as well. Also, if you are new to the channel and you haven't done so already, definitely click on subscribe and click on the notification bell along with all notifications. That way you don't miss out on these uploads. If you would like to be part of a private Discord community, you can find that as the first link in the description of the video below. If you haven't added me on social media yet, you can find me at Ngumah at PATTERNOLOGY LAB on Instagram and on Twitter. And lastly, if all of this is brand new to you, if you're interested in getting started in the stock market, left some very basic step-by-step directions in the description of the video below. Step 1 to step 3. It only takes about 15 minutes for you to get signed up with all the tools you need to start trading immediately. You can also get some free stocks after signing up with Webull using the third link in the description of the video below. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ngumah with PATTERNOLOGY LAB, where we trade patterns only. And I will see all of you in the next video.